I'm going to take that off. That looks a bit weird.
It looks like my eyes are the screen in my glasses. Like Hacker Man was.
See the porn.
What? No, that's God, no. That's not what it looks like.
Why is there so much hentai in your glasses?
No, that was last week. It's very different.
Maybe you can see into his brain with the glasses on. Maybe that's why there's so
It's
much hentai.
empty. Why is there nothing there?
Hi, and welcome to Bloody Good Screen Movie Club, the podcast where we delve into the world of movies and decide which films are to be kept and which should go in the bin. This week, the guys are back on the podcast. We have got the full proper team in this time round. And first up, they forced me to look at Old Man Dick, and I'll never forgive him. It's Tasto.
You love it, really. You wish there was more Old Man Dick. Come on.
You are always saying that.
That was wrong. Yep, every podcast.
Marcus. Oh, that's great.
just for Marcus. He's all about he's all about the Kung Fury. It's Noel Whitlock.
Hello and cheers.
And he keeps lots of things in his basement. It's Marcus Wallace. Okay, so we have a different trio of movies this time around. A bit of a mixed bag, as always. We've gone for a dark thriller with Joe Hill's adaptation of The Black Phone. Nard has randomly picked Kung Fury. And we are all doing a pick from Taz, which is Dare of the Beast, which is directed by the same guy who did The Bar, which he did previously on the podcast. Which I think we had mixed reviews on, but I think most of us enjoyed it.
I would need reminding of what that is.
When we get to that one, we'll talk about that one. We'll talk about when we get to that. Or sure it'll come up. But before we get on to this month's film, to ask you guys what we always ask, and what have you been watching this month? I'm going to go to Marcus first for a change. He's got a list. Yeah,
I have a list. I've got a fucking list. Right. So,
just
have any of you? Mama Dear, the Spanish version.
Mama Dear, yeah.
Mamma Mia before cut and Mamma Mia after cut. No. You get what I mean. No, I have watched a lot of films. In case none of you knew, which I'm pretty sure you did, because I bragged about it loads. I went to Florida recently, so there's a long old plane journey to watch these films, and I have watched quite a few. So,
just to watch the films.
Just to watch the film. That's the only reason I went. I couldn't just sit at home and watch them. I had to have
I'm not gonna lie, watching videos in flight it just hits different. Like on the way there, it's great. That's the first time I watched The Lost Place.
You'd never watch, like if you were standing on land. That's what I always think.
Standing on, exactly. Like when you're in the clouds, literally, you do think differently. For example, when I was flying,
I'd quite like to see some Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
and they're always.
I was disappointed by their lack of porn selection, but hey, you got to... no, I wasn't. I was very impressed by their extensive collection on the plane.
No, that reminds me of the last flight I went on. I started watching the film then, which does have a lot of nudity in it, and I had to stop watching it because there was like a kid behind me. I was like, I shouldn't be watching this right now.
40 minutes and you're like, yeah, this just really doesn't sit right.
It's just like, oh my god, there's a lot of dick in here. I should just leave.
I really should watch a Serbian film on a plane.
Cool.
I've had that with beheading films before, or someone gets it's a gory scene, and I'm sat there, and the guy next to me is just on his phone. He's like,
"I'm on a podcast. That's all it is."
Why is there so many tentacles?
It got picked. I swear.
She doesn't look.
So when I am not comment on that. When I flew to Turkey, I watched Willy Wonka, the new adaptation. Have any of you seen that?
Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Prequel one.
It's beautiful. It's a musical. It's great. It's lovely.
It's a musical.
But, yeah, no. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they tried to avoid that in the trailer.
Yeah, don't be wrong. You can't beat the original. A bit of Gene Wilder. Can't beat that. But anyway, Johnny Depp tried. It's all right. This one, it's okay. But still, since then, flying to Florida, I've watched Valley of the Dead, I have watched Dracula Untold.
I'm
I
sorry.
have watched. What? You're sorry?
Yeah, it's a shit
Why are
film.
you sorry? There are American films that I could watch it.
I feel like you really took that personally then.
I did. I was like, whoa. I went out of my
I
way
love
to
Dracula
watch more
Untold.
than. I went out of my way to watch more than podcast films, and Mark goes, "Bit shit, really, isn't it?"
I
Yeah,
like
it
it
is.
when you don't watch anything.
I'm proud
Yeah.
of you, Marcus.
I'm not proud of you.
You watched more than one film. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Do you know, with my busy schedule of doing pretty much anything else, it's it's tough. Have any of you seen the Sylvester Stallone's Escape Plan films?
No, I don't
He's
think
in a
so.
prison. He goes, "I'm going to escape from this," and he escapes. But yeah, no, I've watched the first, second, and third of those. I have also watched. What else did I watch? The Expendables 1.
I don't think I've
Just
ever
one.
seen
I know, bit pizzazz. I did go to watch the second, third, and fourth film of the Expendables, but then my phone fucked up and it wouldn't let me watch them. So I got depressed and watched the other films. Hence why we watched Valley of the Dead and Dracula Untold. But there you go. Got a backup, see. Yeah.
Well
that's what I
done.
watched.
Well done. You
I
watched
also
a
watched
lot
the
of
films
movies.
for today.
Oh, good.
Of course.
Good.
Did you know?
I thought I'd add those
Did
in.
you know? Okay.
I did, yes. Finished
Well
Kung
done
Fury
for
about
watching
an hour ago.
more than 3 films. Taz, what have you watched this month?
I haven't watched loads actually. Let's see. I don't think I'd seen this last time I was on, but I saw Furiosa, and it was pretty
Yeah.
awesome and epic. And it was really annoying at the start of the screening because these two people were literally having a full-on conversation out loud in the cinema, and this really nice Welsh guy had to tell them to shut the hell up. I felt really bad for him, but they did eventually. But they were literally not even whispering; they were like having a full conversation in a packed cinema. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I also saw Sting, which is that movie about the insects. It's kind of like a B movie kind of feel. Yeah, it's really good. I had a good time with that, and there's one on Shudder that's a really similar plot. They just happen to be out at the same time. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm excited to see that and compare it. But the special effects in that were really good. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like French or something, but yeah, in Sting, the special effects are awesome. It's pretty grim. I watched The Bike Riders, and I'm like so convinced that Tom Hardy is just testing us with his accents now. Like he's seeing how far he can go, like with his accents. It's so funny. Every time he opened his mouth, I just kind of wanted to giggle. But it was actually a really good film. A lot of people compare it to kind of a Scorsese kind of film. I obviously really love Jodie Comer in it. She's awesome. Everything I've seen her in, she's great. It's also pretty sad.
Title though, like really shit title.
Shit title. I don't know if the book's also called that, but yeah. And what else? Oh, the last thing I saw was A Quiet Place Day One, which I saw today, and that was actually really good. I don't think I would have bothered to see another Quiet Place movie if it wasn't for the actors in it, because I really like Lupita Nyong'o. She's awesome. And she was really great in it. And Joseph Quinn, I think his name is, from Stranger Things. They're like the two main leads in this. The cat needs an Oscar. Like the cat is so good. And it just kind of made me think about how if I was in this situation with my dog, he would get me killed immediately. And this cat did a great job of, staying quiet. I was like, my dog would not do that. But yeah, it was really sad, but also like it was pretty emotional, but kind of happy as well in a way. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Cool. Some good choices. Yeah. Now, what have you watched this month?
You're not gonna like this. Nothing.
Oh, shock.
It's been 2 months since you've been on the podcast.
Is this Marcus that we're speaking to now?
Yeah, no, I feel like there is some things, but I literally can't remember them. So I was either really drunk or
One doesn't count.
very good. So I have been watching X-Files at bedtime, and
How far are you through?
I think I'm on season 2, but I think at the moment, literally, pretty much every episode is the same.
Yeah, I think that's what I did start watching it years ago, and I think I got to about the same place, and I was like, I should like this, but it wasn't. It just felt like more of the same. I think that's why I
Yeah.
stopped watching it. But I don't know, maybe it changes when it goes on. But I just couldn't get into it that much, which is surprising.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep with it. The trouble is, like, the episodes are so long and they have the same structure. Like, something weird happens, Mulder gets involved. Everybody thinks Mulder's crazy. Mulder goes to prison or kidnapped or put in a jail cell, and then at the end he sort of proves it, but not enough that everybody believes it. And then another episode starts, and it's literally the same again. Yeah, but apart from that, no, I've been on holiday and I've been playing lots of. I haven't even been playing lots of games recently either. I don't know what I've been doing. I've just been staring at the wall, I think.
Just existing.
Yeah,
Great.
up in here.
Pina coladas, by the sounds of it.
Drinks.
I wish.
You've been drinking.
Yeah,
Cool.
not enough. I don't
Okay,
think.
fair enough. Well, Marcus has outdone you. There you go.
Way, fuck the rest of you.
I've started to see the day.
One month out of how
1
many?
month. You got a month to catch up.
Yeah.
I've actually watched quite a few. Normally I'm quite having like 1 or 2 in a month, but I've been off for a little bit because personal stuff. But we have watched a few family films. We did Garfield and Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties, the live action ones. Because we last podcast mentioned it, we saw the animated Garfield movie recently, which I really enjoyed. Live action one, the first one I really like. The second one I think is absolutely pointless and shit. awful storyline, awful acting. What else we watched? We also watched SpongeBob on Sponge on the Run, which was the Netflix one, which was really
Is that what
good
it's called?
and really random. Yeah, Sponge on the Run.
Sponge on the Run. I like that.
You got Keanu Reeves as a sage who is inside a
course.
sage. You have was it Danny Trejo in as a zombie pirate who turns up after a big zombie dance scene.
Is Antonio Banderas in one of them, or did I make that up? I feel like he's in.
He's in one of the other ones. Yeah, I don't think he's not in this one. It's just really random, but really funny. It's Gary the Snail gets snail napped, and they have to go on a wild adventure to try and save him. We watched Godzilla, the 2014 one, the monster.
Not minus one.
Really enjoyed that. Not minus one yet. No.
Yeah,
but that was pretty good. We enjoyed that one. It's on my list. It's on my
So
list.
Netflix now.
I know.
Everyone was
Watched
freaking out when it was, something went on there.
We did Squid Games. We just finished that last night. I know I'm very behind.
To be fair, it's kind of better to do it that way because now you don't have to wait as long for the next one. We've all been waiting years for series 2.
Are they making it?
Yeah, well, we really enjoyed it. Yeah, since it was out this year.
Oh, cool.
We enjoyed it. Ended really well, but we've also started watching the game show as well, which is weirdly more tense than the show. It's really good. We really liked it.
No,
Really
the thing
tense.
is, it's like, did you watch the show? Like, why are you making a game? That's like literally the point of the show. Like, why are we making it?
I know, but they got other games and stuff in it which don't come in the show, which is kind of thrown them off slightly, which is good. We really enjoyed it. We I don't know, we enjoyed it. But the best thing I've probably seen this month is the James Blunt documentary on Netflix, which is
That's on my
what?
list.
James Blunt
really-
documentary.
I've
yeah,
heard about this. I do like James Blunt as a like he's pretty funny.
he's
got
the
a
best
nice
person.
Twitter
He's
feed.
hilarious.
Yeah,
He is.
very
he's
funny.
amazing. It's just your mum.
It shows you. It kind of shows you kind of how he got to that stage of like fighting back on Twitter and just like being self-deprecating, and how one song which got overplayed, which wasn't even his fault, turned him into the most hated person in the UK, and how the media just
embraced
jumped on
it
him for
though,
no
hasn't he?
reason. He has now, but
song was
he moved out the country. He went to living on Ibiza after this first album came out and stuff like that. If you listen to the second album, you can tell.
Yeah, I think he slept on her
Not
sofa
possibly.
loads of times, which is just bizarre.
But it's surprising who had a kind of the hand in getting his first album out. A lot of big names in America got his album out because nobody over here wanted the album. but because they played "You're Beautiful" so much, that's how for some reason the media started to pun him, and yeah,
He
it's
was
horrible.
also
It shows you how shit the
a
media
tank
is.
commander.
He was, and it goes into that. It goes into his kind of time in the army and
Yeah.
kind of the story behind "No Bravery" from the first album, and it's sad. It's really deep. But no, definitely worth a watch. It's probably one of the best things I've seen in a long time. It's up there on my top 3 for this year so far, alongside Baby Reindeer. So,
Oh god,
two very different things, but
we love a good stalker story.
oh, don't we just? Oh, and that got a bit weird as
Did you hear
well.
what she was texting to Keir Starmer?
No, I did hear about something to do with Keir Starmer, but I don't know what.
It's really fucked
Who's
up.
Keir
She's just
Starmer?
like, she's just texting him stuff like, "I hate you." It's like, okay.
I mean, valid.
I hate you,
I wish I
Nicola.
could text that to Keir Starmer.
Who's Keir Starmer?
Oh my god, where have you been living?
The
Oh,
Labour
God. Do I
people,
have to Google this?
the Labour.
Okay, don't let him
Prime
vote.
Minister. You're 5
How do you
days
spell it?
too early for
Key.
that.
So Key A.
No, just K.
Let-
K-I-A.
Let's not make this podcast
Oh!
political.
Oh, this guy. Oh, the amount of memes I've seen of this guy's face.
Right, let's not
Well-
make it political.
It doesn't matter anyway, because we all know that we're voting reform.
He
Don't
I know what I think he looks like.
Tractor
and I'm
mob,
not gonna
eh?
comment for many reasons. but humour.
Uh,
Much humour.
We
Anyway,
all know
isn't
that
this
Nigel
a- isn't this a
Farage will be
film
there at the end.
podcast?
It is.
God, Nigel.
Oh.
You know what? I think we should just go into. We should all run for government. Imagine how hilarious that'd be. They'd be like, yeah, you know, Snakebite Horrorcast. Fucking put them on there.
Trouble is
Well,
with
that's
you,
done.
done. Problem is that's the wrong podcast, but apart from that, yeah.
Yeah, I did think that as I said, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we're rolling with it.
I think we'd start off being quite good, like running for being MPs, but then, like one by one, we'd be like, "Oh, I embezzled again. Oh, I try not to.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'd be
Marcus's
a-
I've been in
all three of
controversies.
you.
yeah.
All three of you'd be like, no, Marcus, that is tax fraud. And I'll be like, but is it though? And you'd be like, yes.
No, Marcus, that's war crimes.
Just imagine
Nah, only if you look at it from this way, it's war crimes. From that way, I mean,
Mark gets voted
blind
in,
eye, it's not.
and his first speech is, "I'd like to thank Abominable Bullet Club, and here's the affiliate link."
You get
Get your 10% off.
for the book
Good old-
service.
Yeah.
Bring one sword
Good
books
old
straight to your
guts.
door.
And I
You know,
resign.
this sounds like a great time. It sounds like a great time to mention a sponsor, or do you want to do it at the end?
Oh yeah, but I'll mention our sponsor for the podcast. It's a brand new sponsor. They've been sponsoring us for the last few months. Is Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Go and check them out. They are a improv D&D podcast. Very good.
Ugh.
I'm on it in a couple of months' time, so go and check them out. Lovely bunch of guys and very funny. So go and check that out today. It's in the link below. So first film.
Do it.
So we're going to do The Black Phone, which is an adaptation of the Joe Hill story from the book 20th Century Ghosts. If you don't know, you should know, but if not a reader, you probably won't know. Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King. So there's a few kind of similarities to the stories. We cut a lot of bits that aren't in the story in the book, which are in this one. Like we'll go into that later. But this film is about a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who is abducted by a sadistic killer and trapped in a soundproof basement where screaming is no use. When a disconnected phone on the wall begins to ring, Finney discovers that he can hear voices of the killer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that it won't happen to Finney. So let's start with Taz. So Taz, what are your thoughts on this film?
I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, but I really like this film. This is actually my third time
Mhm.
watching it, and I still really enjoy it. I like
Third?
the aesthetic. Huh?
thought-
Oh no,
In a
shut
row.
up.
So, do you know what? I'm just going to replay it right now.
Yeah,
Now you'll have your turn.
You just sat there like,
yeah, I saw it in cinema and then I watched it recently when I was sick, and then I watched it again for this. So yeah, but that means I had more things to say, I guess. I like Madeline McGraw, who's the sister in this. She's really good. I think they actually moved the production schedule, so she would definitely be in the film because I liked her that much. And I think she's really great. She's like a really strong character and really like feisty, but also you do get those like really vulnerable moments with her. Like the belting scene is awful every time. Like it's not even like graphic necessarily, but she's playing that emotion so strong that it's just like it's hard to watch.
It's a hard watch.
It's really difficult to watch. I think they were asked to remove it initially, but they didn't like force the scene out, so it ended up in there. So, and I think it worked really well to like really solidify the dad as a villain. Like he's an asshole, but he does sort of have this like he has a vulnerable side too, and I don't think it redeems him, but you kind of see like this like guilty side of him, which is good. So yeah. I love Robin. I'm really sad that he died. Robin beats up racists, and I like that about him. So
Good egg.
yeah, good egg. I love to see it. Like if anyone's going to survive, it should have been him. But yeah, I love all the child actors in this. Actually, the lead, I think his name is Mason Thames. He's really, I don't know, he just seems so sweet and like skinny, and you just want to protect him like a little bit. I love Ethan Hawke because he's very fucking creepy.
Ethan,
Friend of the podcast.
That guy. Oh, it's the voice he does in this is so creepy. Like that bit where he's like, I won't do anything you don't like or something. It's just like, oh. But also he's a little bit comedic as well. Like when he says everything's all fucked up or something, that line delivery was so funny to me. Like he's so gross and yet kind of humorous at the same time. So yeah, I love the mask. I believe it was designed by Tom Savini. I like the way it can change. Like you can have the top half, the bottom half, different expressions. I thought it was really, really cool and unique. I also really enjoy like you kind of see bits of the other kids before they get kidnapped and stuff like that. But you also see like little segments of their lives. Like I think his name is Bruce, the baseball kid. You sort of see like the little like almost home video style segments of it. And I really like that because it does kind of make their deaths affect you more. Like it really feels more satisfying at the end when they get their revenge through Finney. I love the ending. I think it's just so obviously Finney goes through the character arc of like being able to defend himself, but like the ghost getting their sort of like revenge as well through that, and they all sort of work together with him. I love that. It's really cool. So yeah, I really enjoy this film.
Cool. Marcus, your thoughts on this one?
I really like this film as well.
Yeah.
More or less, pretty much all of the points that Taz has said that I do agree with. But additionally, like the way that they portray the characters, they tell you enough of a story to make you think, "Oh, I should care about this character," and then of course they get knocked off. And it's enough to make you think, "Oh yeah, this is going to be a key character," and then they get taken. You think, okay, so you still remember them, and then later in the film they bring that point back again. You think, "Oh no, I do know that character." It's not just a side character that you don't really think about. The whole Finney redemption at the end, where he does learn to defend himself, that was absolutely amazing. Like you sit there and you've got all these points leading up to it. You think, yeah, no, just fucking kill the guy. Like I was literally sat there going, yes, kill.
They go home and beat up your dad.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'll get to that in a second. When he kills the grabber, you can see the emotion in the guy's face where he's finally reached his breaking point and he snaps and he thinks, you know what, fuck you, I am going to defend myself now. And there's just cold blank expression where he's like, I don't care, I am beyond the point of caring, fuck it. And it's sort of a point in someone's life where you're either going to go that way or you're going to go that way, and he's just been completely brute forced that way. It's nice to see that as well with the phone. Of course, he sets up traps, all these little things that weren't explained as he done it, like dig through the floor, wasn't explained. You think, what the fuck is that? Go to the window, like all these things linked together to, I'm going to trap the grabber and then kill him. It's just nice how it all comes together. And the fact that you never know when the grabber's going to come downstairs, is what put me on edge the most of the film. I'm sat there and think, shit, he's digging through the floor. What if the guy comes down right now? And he just doesn't, but you don't know if he's going to. That suspense is nice. Again, with how the grabber speaks, it's that very fine point when you think, are you trying to be funny or is this creepy? Like, you don't know how to feel. You sort of back and forth between the two. And again, as Taz said with the scene of, I was like, I won't make you do anything you don't like. It's, you sort of, at one point you think, yeah, I fully believe that you believe that, but you also know that that's not going to be the case. It's a conflicting feeling. And then when you find out the story of, oh, he wants you to play naughty boy, and you think, there's so many fucked up things happening. It's an emotional driven film. But yeah, throughout the whole the whole film, there's not a dull moment really. And again, the sister, an amazing character. That's how siblings should be. And the fact that when he gets beaten up because who's the Karate Kid guy that gets taken? Is that Bruce? No,
Robin.
Oh, that's Robin, I think.
Robbie.
Robin.
Thank you. When Robbie gets taken, all those kids are like, you've not got your protector anymore. And they just go after him. And she's like, fuck this. Gets a rock and just...
Straight up is about to cave this guy's head in.
He said she sat there, but like pouring down. She sits next to him like, you're a prick. Whatever. I was laughing at that point. Yeah, an absolutely amazing character. And it's nice to see this guy go from having that potential, but he's so low to the point where you see him build. It's just, the whole film makes the story a nice gradual incline with a satisfying ending, is how I feel.
Cool. I also really enjoyed this one. I've also made the extra credit. I listened to the short story as well, because it's actually based on a full novel. It's only a particular short story, so a lot of it is added in. There's a lot of stuff in the story that's not in that is nothing to do with the film. He only actually talks to Bruce. He doesn't talk to Robin's not in this. There's no conversation with Robin. There's no build up to the hole in the floor or anything like that. It is mostly to do with the phone and the stand in the phone. The sister hasn't got psychic powers, that kind of thing. It's a lot has been added into the story. But from what I can tell, Joe Hill had quite a lot to do with the story of this. So obviously, it's his vision. He's got something very good in mind for the next one, which is coming out next year.
Just to see where it goes.
Yeah, because it's a kind of definitive end, isn't it? This one. So
yeah.
But no, I love all the characters. I think like Taz said, the child actors in this one are really good. Some of the best child actors coming out at the moment. It's Ethan Hawke was amazing. He was very creepy. Again, that voice. There's some lines of dialogue in the story which they use in this, which hits just as hard in the film as it does in the story. Mainly just I won't do anything you won't like. It's like, okay, you're creepy. Even kind of the build up to kind of finding him and all that's really tense. Kind of her going to every house and trying to get her Jesus thoughts to come out. Really tense,
Jesus,
really good.
Love that
Jesus,
line.
what the fuck? Jesus, what the fuck, man? But I like the direct. I like this is Scott Derrickson, isn't it? He did this one. He did Sinister. He did quite a few films that we've done.
There was that VHS segment, wasn't there? He's a very distinctive style. You can tell when he's directed something, which is quite cool.
Yeah, he did. He also did for Niall Hellraiser Inferno.
Nice.
He did this. He did Doctor Strange, Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Did he do the first Doctor Strange? Because I know he was going to be doing the second one, and then Creative Differences, and then Sam Raimi did it. So he did the first one anyway. Yeah. Oh, cool.
But he's got a foot definitely in horror. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's one of the best ones we've done for a while, and I'll watch it again. Niall, your thoughts on this one?
Well, two things to say. We haven't done well. You guys haven't done Sinister on the podcast, but I did.
Wait, no. We did Sinister on the podcast. You watched Insidious.
Oh, why do I always get those
About to
mixed
say.
up?
Still get it mixed
Yeah.
up.
Did do Sinister.
You've done goofed.
Right, okay.
Yes, because I love
second thing
Sinister. I think
is-
Sinister's amazing.
So yeah, the second thing is
Fucking
you're all mad.
Insidious.
Let's walk me through the notes, shall we? I didn't
Sorry,
know this
no.
was a Joe
Hold-
Hill book.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
hold that for 1 moment.
It was time for another. Continue.
He interrupted your talk for a bit.
Continue.
I don't know where to begin. So I'm just going to go
You
with
start.
the notes. I thought this was a complete waste of friend of the podcast Ethan Hawke, if I'm honest, because I think the character he was doing was just a mix of Johnny Depp's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, and Michael Jackson.
You see that?
Hence the picture.
Ah,
There you
that
go.
makes
Makes sense
so
now?
much sense.
There you go. Tick that one off.
That's awesome. Why would you hate that?
You know, we were talking about the Blumhouse opening cards.
Yeah.
This has got a really good one at the beginning of this. I think they should just make films of those. Why don't they do that? Because they generally are creepy. So that gets 5 stars. But then as soon as it opened, I thought, I've seen this opening like credits somewhere. And it looks like it was literally stolen from American Horror Story. You know how each episode begins, even down to the music. So I lost a point for that.
Same as
The room he's stuck in. That annoyed me because it changes all the time. At one point, it had a fucking corridor in, and I was like, "Where the fuck did that corridor come from?"
behind the wall.
Like- No, it wasn't because the fridge was behind the wall.
Now the fridge is on one side of
Yes,
the wall,
sir.
then you got the exit.
From one angle, it looks like just a square room, but then if you look at the other side of the room, that's where it leads to a corridor. That's might
Yeah.
be the way you're thinking.
Where there's a bathroom
Right.
and the wall that goes through the thing.
But the bit where he
It's
fell
a
down
very
the hole
funky
was the
basement.
first time they showed that corridor, right? Yeah.
No, they showed the corridor when he was digging when he was digging up the sand from the bottom. They showed the corridor then.
Did they though?
Yeah, they
You
had a
don't
whole
sound
corridor. And he ran around the
100%.
corridor. Well, he ran back round from the corridor to go back to matches.
I'm
This
not
is like
sure.
when Niall finds a plot hole in a theory, and he's like, "But you forgot this one vital point," and it's literally just tiny hiccup. He's like, "But that's not quite right, though, is it?" And
Well,
he
that's
just
the bit that made
focused
me
on
laugh, 'cause
one bit.
he's
It's
like-
wrong though.
There's a bit, yeah, the window. There's a bit where he's trying to get to the window, and it made me laugh because he literally turns around and there's just a pile of crap behind him. He goes, I might use some of that pile of crap. I'm like, okay, well, he'll stand on all that or climb up the rug. And he's like, oh, what if I feed the rope through the rug? What are you fucking doing? What are you doing?
It works.
Do you know what? You deserve to die. It's fucking like even a ghost later on goes, have you tried fucking climbing the carpet? And he went, yeah, I've tried everything. He fucking didn't. I know he didn't. He's just too embarrassed to admit to the ghost that he hadn't tried climbing that bloody carpet.
Sorry, can I just quickly add? I genuinely thought you were going to sit there and be like, when you mentioned the window, going, at one point, the window was 15 inches wide. The fucking next scene, 15 and a half inches. And they didn't think I'd notice. Like,
Not even
I
on the same wall.
noticed.
You know what I think he should have done? I think he should have got the bed springs and attached them to his feet and then bounced up to the window.
See, that would have worked. At least something. The police, they're dumb. So the brother, we'll get to the fucking brother in a minute. Don't you worry. The police department turn around and he's done all the investigative stuff, marks it all on a map, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's mad. Let's not listen to him." Oh, you've had a dream, little girl. Oh, get in the car. We'll call the entire police force up and we'll drive around the neighborhood and stop wherever you like. Okay.
They did
what
explain
else
that
we
one,
got?
to be fair.
No. Bad.
They did.
Bad,
Right.
Marcus.
They thought she was
Explain, Marcus.
crazy, but it was the fact that she started saying things, and they were thinking, "Hang on, you shouldn't know this information." They're like, "There's no way you could have found this unless someone leaked it, or, as she said,
Yeah,
it was in a dream." And they
what
thought,
did she
"Well,
say
okay."
again? What did she say? Because I can't
I,
remember what it was.
I
I
can't
remember
remember what she
thinking-
said, but
Oh, this is stupid.
point is, she tried to say, "Yeah, it was in my dreams and all that shit." They thought you're in a loony bin, nearly anyway. But they was like, right, okay, it's very hard for there to have been a data leak, so we'll at least explore it. It was curiosity, and that's why they done it. But the fact that she was correct each time, they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to start to take this seriously. They did explain
Again,
that.
it's a bit weird that they've got murderers on the loose and they're like, oh, well, actually, we'll test this little child just to make sure she is clairvoyant.
You know what is weird? What is weird is that there's murderers on the loose, there's constant kidnappings, but what do? Let all their kids walk to school on their own every
Yeah.
single day.
And
New
they're,
kid gets
they're always
kidnapped. Nah, just still
surprised
go. It's
when
fine.
the other one gets kidnapped. They're always like, oh, a kidnapping? Ooh,
So,
how could this have
off you go.
happened? The mask. Mask wasn't explained. And surely, like, why, if you're kidnapping children, do you get your brother to come and stay over? Why are you doing it? And does his brother not wonder why his brother is sitting in the kitchen with his top off, holding a belt, staring at the door, wearing a mask?
He's
Because
just
when
into that, you know.
I thought they were in different houses before that, because I thought, well, there's no point. They can't be in the same house because he would have heard something. But then when he stormed up the stairs, his brother went, "What's going on?" Because the dog started barking. So they were definitely in the same house. So yeah, what was that?
In the story, I think his brother turns up. He's not there at the start. He turns up mid days into him being in the basement. So I think they just fucked up a little bit of story plot there.
Yeah, because in this,
That would
he
make more
says to the
sense.
police, "Oh, I'm just looking after the house while my brother's away." But then
Hmm.
he wasn't away. Anyway,
I thought he said he's
what else
staying
we
with his brother.
Yeah, because he was like between
Yeah.
jobs or something.
Yeah,
I
he
thought he
was
said
coke
because
addict
his brother was
personally.
out.
But he does turn around and say, where at one point in the basement when he was Finney, he does say, "Something's come up. I need to go and deal with it." So it could just be that his brother turned up then, and then he was staying there. So that's why he's been a bit more cagey. That's why
Maybe.
in the book, it's more when he gets the phone call from Bruce. Bruce says, "We didn't have enough time to escape him. You can because he's here."
Yeah.
And because his brother's there, he won't kill you because his brother's there. So you have a chance to kill him. So that would make more sense in storyline.
Still.
So yeah,
Topless belt scene in the kitchen is silly.
kinky.
I mean, some people in
Um,
that box loved it.
And then my last
People
note
can
I've
love
got
that for
on
different
here
reasons.
is about the ending. And
Mm.
I've just got like a production note where they didn't know how to finish this film, but they had just watched Home Alone last night. So they thought, fuck it, let's do that. That's a great film.
Were they wrong?
Yeah,
No, they
No.
weren't. I
I
love
don't
a
know how I
Home
feel
Alone moment.
about it. This film's just a bit
Like,
of a
but
mess,
again-
really.
But again,
Sorry.
in the book, there is no special hole. He just is all. You don't have that build up of let's set up a big Home Alone scene. It is. They only tell. It's only Bruce, and he tells him the only way you can get out of this is if you fill the phone with sand. So that's very much to the point. But he whacks him in the head with the sand. His brother still dies with a hatchet in the head.
Hmm.
But when he goes after him, he basically whacks him in the head with it, then strangles him with the wire. So without the hole, it does kind of make more sense if he did it the other way. I kind of wish I didn't read the book. But
Yeah.
The books are always going to be that, even if it's slightly different, it's going to be enough of a difference where you think it would have made the story this way or this
We
way.
just
that-
got more
There's
detail
a
in a book.
key
Like, you're
difference.
always going to have more.
Yeah.
Where the film, as I've just said, it's like, just brings up so many questions. And you could have,
it
for
has
example,
too much detail in the film in a weird way. Which
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all the
very,
wrong
very
details,
more
I
subtly
think.
done. Yeah.
like, for
We're
a
always
start, I
conflicted.
mean, the dad, like, there's no real reason why you sort of had to have that bit in because it has a weird ending to it where he just sort of
Begs their forgiveness.
Yeah, you're expected to just go, oh, he's good now. Well, I just saw him beat the shit out of his child, and for some reason,
Well,
I
I
hate
think
him
that's-
more than I hate the child murderer. So
That's why I think they put that scene in, because you see the dad being so broken to the point where he takes his emotions out on the kids.
yeah,
And at
but
the
then
end,
who am I
it's
meant
almost
to root
that?
for? Like,
Oh
am
no,
I
that's the
meant
thing.
to
You
hate
don't
him?
root for the dad at all. Like you still
That's what I
hate
mean.
him, but it's
But
that
when
key
one of
point
your
of
characters
the dad
comes
kind of
off worse
realizes.
than the evil character, then I think you've probably got problems because you've got two contrasts that are the same. I don't think it fit. I think they'd probably be better off taking that out. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit messy
Again,
and-
in the book,
yeah.
doesn't happen. The parents are still there. The mum hasn't died. He's still got two parents.
Really?
I just put
Yeah.
that bit in randomly. Weird.
Mhm.
That doesn't make sense. If they'd taken that such a key thing out, that doesn't make sense.
No, the parent.
Yeah.
They don't really hear anything about the parents. He just says, you can picture his mum and his dad with the police going up to, going to see them, and how his dad wouldn't just be the type to stand there and just watch them take the evidence, and his mum. You can picture his mum just standing there in the kitchen crying as a police officer said he's gone missing. So it's
That was
weird that
another
they
cringe
don't. Which is why they kind of. I don't get why they made him into an abusive father if that's.
Do
I mean,
you
they took the
wonder
mum
if it's
away.
because-
Sorry. They took the mum away because they wanted her to be the dreamer, as in like a gateway for the kid having superpowers or her dreams or
Well,
whatever.
Well, she doesn't again. In the book, she doesn't have it. So
It's so weird.
Do you reckon they couldn't find an actor? Like, if they couldn't find someone to fit the role properly, they might have just gone, do you know what? Fuck it, just write her off. The films do that.
No, I
Okay,
think they're
you
just going to
can't-
add some type of supernatural element to it, which then will lead into a second film.
I think it'll be completely different people in the second film.
No, they'll
Or
come
it'll
back.
be. Is it a prequel? Is it? Or
Don't know,
No.
but I know even Hawk's
so.
coming back.
Different town. Wait, he's coming back. He was strangled.
I imagine it'll be something to do
Yeah.
with their powers.
Either that or that he was only passed out. He wasn't, sorry, like as in he only passed out, not that he died.
His neck
He
fully
was-
snapped,
you
didn't it?
Oh no, he
was-
snapped his neck.
Yes, it did.
He's dead.
Yeah, you're right.
He's
You are
gone.
right.
He's gone.
Are we
It
getting
was
like a
brought back to
Terrified 2
life.
moment here?
by Oompa Loompas. That's what happened.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize if you snapped an Oompa Loompa's neck, they come back. I've not
No,
tested
not the
that
Oompa
yet.
Loompa. Oompa Loompas can bring back people from having snap. You can't bring back an Oompa Loompa with a snap neck. Are you mad?
No,
Of course.
no.
Sorry, well, fuck, I
An
didn't
Oompa
realise.
an Oompa Loompa with snap neck is just like having a dime bar. You just snap it in the middle and it's done.
Done.
It's
You
like
might as
if
well
an
just
Oompa
throw
Loompa
the
starts
dime bar
dancing,
away.
You can't stop it.
You just stick it. Then you just lick their intern and then anyway. Right. So we should we say bin it or keep it or
Yeah.
Taz keep it or bin it?
Unbinnable.
Oh
I'm in
my
up.
god.
Yeah.
Marcus, keep it or bin it?
A very strong keep.
Okay. I'm also going to unbinnable it. I really enjoyed it. Even with the changes from the original story, I really enjoyed this. No, keep it or bin it.
I'm gonna bin it, if I'm honest. I didn't find it scary. I thought it was a mess.
You are
I am
wrong.
baffled. I feel like I've watched a different film to everybody else again.
You always do.
I know.
Did you watch Insidious? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I should have done.
Maybe the problem isn't the films. Maybe the problem's you.
No, I don't think so. I
Whoa.
think the problem is definitely the films, as we're about to find out later.
You sat
So,
there like, am I
um,
crazy? What is wrong with you?
I said to when Hunter was on last month, and he had exactly the same feelings about Coffee Table as you did. They're saying that would have
Yeah.
been the most bonding moment you two had ever had.
I think that film, because I've seen a lot of people online like it, like bring it up all the time, and I think it's going to be one of those like proper Marmite ones where people either really, really dislike it, like me and Hunter, or people really, really like it for some bizarre reason. because they're
Like the
mad
rest of
like
us.
you.
I need to brag. My review on Letterboxd of the Coffee Table now has over 300 likes. I feel a little bit famous.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh, nice one.
You missed
That's
the
what I
hair
like to
slick
see.
there. You're like, "It's not a brag."
Not to brag.
Yeah.
Can't really do it anymore with short hair, but yeah.
Just get both hairs. Like hands are just.
Cool. Right. So, for a change, we have chosen a middle movie, which is only half an hour long. We should do more of these. They
Beautiful.
work better.
Yeah.
So, Niall, it was his pick this time round. And he has picked a YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's a half an hour film,
Great.
which was never released, called Kung Fury.
You can
during
also
an unfortunate-
download it on Steam, bizarrely.
There you go. For some
That's a bit
reason,
weird.
if you want to. It's very 80s. During an unfortunate series of events, a friend of Kung Fury is assassinated by a dangerous kung fu master criminal, Adolf Hitler, aka Kung Fuhrer. Kung Fury decides to travel back in time to Nazi Germany in order to kill Hitler and end the Nazi Empire once and for all. No, your thoughts on this film?
It's disappeared.
Sorry,
Have I
just
gone?
before we
Oh,
do
there.
go into
You got-
this.
there you go.
Sorry, just before Niall says his clear rant on how he loves it, are we able to do a real quick toilet break, please?
Just
No.
keep us waiting in anticipation. Yeah.
Yes, of course you can.
Yes.
Sorry.
Were we then?
I'm in a dojo.
The
So
massive
yes,
Dojo
Niall's in the
house.
dojo and Marcus has finished peeing. So yes, we're doing Kung Fury.
Yay.
During the unfortunate series of events, a friend of a Kung Fury is assassinated by the most dangerous Kung Fu master criminal of all time, Adolf Hitler, aka Kung Fury. Kung Fury decides to travel back in time to Nazi Germany in order to kill Hitler and end the Nazi Empire once and for all. Niall, your thoughts on this one, as this is your pick?
It's great. What more to say? I wish everything that we watched was A, this short, and B, this fast paced. I honestly wonder why no TV series are like this. Like, this is what Doctor Who should be
100%.
like. Can you imagine this every week? That'd be fucking amazing. And they're like, oh no, more Daleks. I would watch the shit out of that. Also, so this is, I'm going to say something now that's going to blow your fucking minds.
Mhm.
This is about the fourth time I've watched this film.
Okay.
Are you ready? This film was released in 2015. There was a film released
Oh my god.
in 2019 called Avengers Endgame that stole its story from this film.
And it
Think
wasn't
about
it. Wait, they
as
killed Hitler?
good.
It wasn't as good. There's hacking
didn't kill Hitler.
time. There's a different. There's an enemy from a different timeline. There's a big battle at the end with all the characters in it. The time hacking thing is exactly the same because he's like, "Oh, there's no way of doing that," and then Tony Stark's like, "It can't be done."
The thing it took the piss out of got actually done in seriousness in that movie.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't watch this film, like the makers of Endgame, and go, yeah, we can't do that because that's fucking stupid. But no, they did it. And it's only this watch around that I thought, oh my god, this is exactly the same. So yeah, that was weird. I didn't expect that. What else I got? This film was crowdfunded, so it was paid for by the people, for the people. Like me.
Love to see it.
Also, Marcus, there's something I need to show you, but I need to send you. the
Oh my
picture.
god.
Where's my
Tell
phone
me.
gone?
No, it's
Please
not.
me with
There
the
you go.
knowledge.
Right. There is a game
I'm
of Kung
intrigued.
Fury.
Oh my God.
It's
Is
based
this
on
like
Street Fighter.
Tekken? Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't
it's a
surprise me.
side scroller. Yeah, it's exactly how you would think a game of this film would be.
So
Which
the
I've
old
just sent you a
fashioned Mortal
picture of.
Kombat.
Even
Okay.
the artwork for the
No,
game
we-
is
we-
insanely good. And the last thing I've got to say is we don't know what's happening with the second one. It was made in, I think they finished it in like, I think it was 2022.
I think there's some
And,
legal stuff going on.
Yeah, I think they're being sued for something. But the main
For being too
characters
cool.
being too cool. Kong Fury is not even really in it that much because the main characters, bizarrely, are Michael Fassbender and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know
Okay.
even what to make of that other than I want to see it so bad. I will do anything. Anything. So if anybody's got a bootleg
Anything?
copy of that,
If anyone's
that they
got
wanna
a
send
dick to suck,
podcast,
he'll do it.
I've got a guy for
Oh, he
that.
will.
Marcus, what side are you?
Sorry, I've only just tuned into this old podcast going on here.
Look at that. Look at it.
Beautiful.
That's not the image I sent you. But that is a
I'm
beautiful.
going to buy it tonight.
Oh
It's
wait, I
£8.
should say that because
I'm
Mark
gonna
could
buy it.
edit anything on there.
Oh, I can.
That's a beautiful image.
But anyway, yeah, I love this film. It's fucking so great. It's one of those films that if I feel a bit ill or a bit depressed or whatever, you go, oh, put Kong Fury on. That'll end that straight away. Done. And the puns in this are brilliant. He does puns like he's reading them off an auto cue for the first
He
time.
looks so confused by them. Like, he
I
says it,
love
and then
it.
he's like asking
He's like-
the question, like,
Tank you.
"Thank you."
It's so good. I love it. Oh, you're all gonna hate it now, aren't you?
Marcus, your thoughts on the film?
I can't believe how wrong Niall is. Honestly, this film was so shit. No, obviously, he's correct. It's a fucking brilliant film. I love this. It's the only film I wrote notes on because of that much of an impression it made. Speaking of, get the old phone out. My top quotes from this film. Number one, like a fag in, on Viagra. The moment they said that, I was like, that's so 80s. And it just made me chuckle. It's like a fag on Viagra. You can't say that anymore. But they said it. They've done it. And it's still up there.
You said it.
Literally. It's just funny. Sort of thing I'd expect in Spider-Man. But it's not in Spider-Man. Anyway, next one. Is this the police? Fuck you. When Hitler does that, there's such idiocy in this film. The whole thing is fucking stupid.
It's
And that's
the
what makes it
phone
great.
bit that always gets me. When he shoots down the phone.
Yeah, she shoots at the phone. It fucking shoots down. Like, this is the thing that this film does, which I love, is that they know they're being stupid, but they don't care. Rather than them trying their absolute best to make the most of the technology they have, they've gone, do you know what? This looks fucking ridiculous. We'll just go the comedy aspect. Like with someone flying, for example. You could use CGI to make someone look like they're flying, but that's fucking boring. No. Literally, pick up the person and make them float like you're picking up a Mii in a Nintendo Wii game. And it's just funny because they make that look like it's serious, but you know it's not. And that's such a fine line to do that, but they do it perfectly throughout the entire film. Next quote. Your pecs are epic. Like, obviously, I don't know. His pecs are a bit saggy, to be honest. But the fact he sits, he's like, "Your pecs are epic." Like, he's just so good. He's focused. He's like, "Wow." I've got to say, the main character gave me such a Ken energy from Barbie. It was great. Next quote: when Thor was like, "Stop." It's hammer time. It's just basic dad jokes. It's fucking great.
You've missed the best quote. You've missed
I've still got loads.
the bit when when he hacks time and they go, "You are about to hack time. Are you sure you want to hack time?" And he's like, "Yeah."
What's so crazy about this? I can't believe Noel suggested this movie because it's one where I feel like if I suggested it, he would have fucking hated it.
No,
Probably much.
Like, it feels like something I would have picked and you would have chat all over.
that's
You know what I mean?
impossible.
It feels like we've
I would
switched.
definitely say if I watched the trailer of it or something, I'd gone, that's a bit weird. But I think no, I wouldn't have.
Such a
So it
good
kind of
film.
reminds me a little bit of like it's like a bit of Hot Shots and a little bit
Yeah.
of that kind of humor, very 80s.
It's Mel Brooks all over it. I think it's like
Yeah.
Spaceballs, but now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taz, your thoughts on this one?
As you know,
hang
I
on,
loved
Marcus
it.
hasn't finished his quotes.
Oh, Marcus, keep going.
Whoa!
Marcus,
Whoa,
continue your quotes.
whoa. I don't know if I want to. Like you just cut.
All right, then. That's your fault.
No, that Marcus finished.
I'm shook to the core. I'm halfway through my quotes. Thank you. My next quote is, as Nar has previously mentioned, "Where did the tank go?" Thank you.
Thank you.
Smashes him. Literally, the confusion of this sounds funny, but I don't know if I should say it, and he just says it. It's great. Next one. I'm disarming you. Rips arms off.
I wrote that
Yeah.
one down.
He said it. He has told you what he's going to do, and he's done what he said. You can't be more specific. It's great. I'm just like, yes, that's like dad humor on a sadistic level. I love it. You don't need that spine. It's holding you back.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. Ready? Whoa, meme time. Fucking nice. Basically what it is. And then my last one is we finish each other's quote balls. It's like what? Mark, you mentioned in the chat before we done this of like this Kung Fury was the type of film that if I was to direct a film, this is the type of shit to be in it. 100%.
Yeah.
Every time they were about to do something, it's like I would do something like this, and they did something like that. I was like, oh my god! I was fangirling the whole way through. It was so good. As you can tell, I fucking hate this film.
Oh, yeah, opposite.
Yeah. Can I just say as well, laser raptors? I thought they were extinct.
I'm in the Viking Age. Of course, that explains the laser raptors.
Oh yeah. And then he sells a fax machine.
It's like, look at this phone. Proceeds to do a completely 80s advert. This phone can do this, and it can do that, it can do this. Right, anyway, there you go.
And then he hands it to her and she just looks around like, oh, we're going to plug this fucking thing in.
And you had a Torok style machine gun.
Yeah, I love
Literally.
that.
None of it made sense. And that's again the comedy side. They know it's not going to make sense, so they play perfectly on the it's going to be funny, but it's like we're trying to be serious, but we're clearly not.
He's the guy who made this, Sandberg. He's actually Norwegian as well, and that's why they filmed that there. Which is a nice touch. But also, the guy who played Hitler. Do you know who that is?
The Lonely Island guy.
It is the Lonely
Clearly,
Island guy, which is weird because the main guy's
I
last
was
name.
like, oh, I know him
Yeah,
from somewhere.
the main guy's got the same last name as the guy from Brooklyn
Henderson.
Nine-Nine, but they're not related. Who he's in the band with?
No, it's Sandberg and Sandberg, I think.
Oh, they're different.
It's like, yeah.
I've made up a fact that was wrong.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
well,
I do it all
I'm
the
just gonna
time.
pretend it's right.
Just gonna say, it's Jorma Taccone that plays Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, so he's the one
Yeah.
from Lonely Island. Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought
Mhm.
Lonely
Okay.
Island was the guy who played in like the 9/9 series.
there's three of them. He's
No,
one of them.
there's a group.
Oh, right.
Three people.
Oh, never mind.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Sorry.
That's a very different character.
It's a song
Taz.
from Lonely Island.
Your thoughts on this one?
I wasn't done yet. No, I'm joking. I'm not done.
He's going to go on for another 2 hours.
I have notes, pages.
He wrote
of
the
this
entire script down. He's going to quote it.
pure comedy gold. Oh,
Yeah, I was immediately sold by the VFX and the violence and just the over the topness of it. The arcade game turning into a robot that blows people's heads off is hilarious. I think some people find the like VFX and like the green screen kind of distracting, but I've seen a lot worse, and I think this is actually it kind of fits the aesthetic of the film. Like it kind of
End
works.
game.
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
I just love the cut to Kung Fury with his lady and the sexy music playing, and then the phone rings and he like crushes it.
Yeah.
It just made me laugh.
I gotta do
Like he's
my
never
job.
using that phone again. He gets through a lot of them.
Yeah. He probably buys one every single day.
Yeah, it's like a burner phone. He just gets it crush it.
Yeah.
I did not expect Triceracop to sound like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit! What the fuck? I loved it.
I do this for you.
And I really love the animation segment. I love it when live action films have a little
yeah.
animated bit, and it was really good. So I was really excited about that. I also thought some of the use of like I think it was like one of the opening fight scenes when Kung Fu is introduced, like the use of like the sort of like the graininess, the video sort of tape scratching over, like that kind of thing. That was like a really good use of like you know, saving budget. Like they didn't have to show the whole fight, they like showed the other bits of it. I thought that was really clever actually, because it's like, oh, you could get away with like showing segments of the fight without actually blowing all the budget on like a huge thing and saving some of it for later. So yeah, I thought it was a really fun time. It feels like it was made for me. And I hope the sequel gets released at some point.
Fingers crossed.
Made for you by Marcus.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had the budget and time, I would make a film as sort of close to this kind of style as I could.
This genuinely feels like something I would have written while I was drunk. Like that's exactly what it feels like. Also,
Get it?
a scene I totally forgot about, the one where the two Nazis, one of them is
Oh, the
making fun of the
moustaches.
other guy.
Yeah, and he's got tears going down his face. He's like,
Crying. And he has like tears.
Do you know the ironic
was
thing about that scene?
Mm.
The whole thing of Nazi Germany was that they had the whole like Aryan race where, you know,
Yeah.
blonde hair, blue eyes, and that. That guy had blonde hair, like
Yeah.
and blue eyes. I think it was blue eyes. Like, you know, that was
Still
the
insecure.
ideal. And he was like, "Mate, you fucking shit." And he's like, "But I'm what the master race is."
Yeah, you want a mustache like this.
To be fair, it did. Do you know what? His looked shit because of the color and shade. However, his mates, it was so sparse. Like, mate, just fucking shave that off, like, or just grow it out. You know, go for handlebars, like Hulk
What, really
Hogan.
long?
And then you could be like,
Hitler
yeah,
moustache
buddy,
but long
wait,
would be weird.
and every time he's trying to eat, he's like,
Actually, you know the Misfits? They have that long bit that goes down the middle. They should grow a long Hitler moustache as well. They need to have like a really. Yeah, never mind.
he could use hair wax to make it stick out, so it like just goes. There.
Also, you're thinking they'll be lying
on camera, it's there, and then to
Yeah.
the side, it's there. You know,
Well, I'll experiment.
there you go.
Yeah,
Plenty of time.
Razzle
sure.
dazzle to the old situation and that.
Um,
Sorry, Mark, what did
yeah.
you think of this film?
it was right. No, I really liked it.
Sorry, can
Um,
you repeat?
my-
Oh, there we go. There we go.
It's,
you actually
my,
like
my
it,
kind
though?
of humor. Yeah, I really liked it.
I
Yeah.
honestly expect that's generally surprised me because I generally thought you were going to hate it.
It sounded
it's
like
not
an
that
WhatsApp
worried.
group you didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's my kind of humor. It is my kind of humor. Wasn't sure at the start, but the more it went into
Yeah.
it, as soon as he went, I was hit by lightning, and then bit by cobra, and
Yeah.
then I had pounds of kung fu. I was like, okay,
How
I
Kung
know
Fu
it's-
Panda should have been.
It reminds me, like I said, of Hot Shots and stuff like that. It's like kind of like Naked Gun, Hot Shots kind of humor. Also reminds me, there's a cartoon in the 90s called Action League Now. I don't know if you were all quite too young for it,
No,
but it was it's this Action Team Now.
Oh, are they all
Which
the
is,
toys? Are they all
They were the
actual
toys.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
is
yeah. It's very-
the doll's
They don't
head
fit
so
together.
big? All the other dolls' heads are small. Like, the lady on the right is fucking huge.
Beefed up.
Big brain
It's that
stuff.
kind of humor. I'll send you a link to one of the episodes. But it used to be, I don't know if it might have been part of possibly Saturday Ren and Stimpy or something around them kind of that kind of cartoon. They had like little shorts in it around that kind of time. It's only like 5-10 minutes long an episode, but it's that kind of humor. It's very quotable. It's like I said, I like the tracking bit when it goes, but like Taz was saying, because that kind of fits into the 80s theme. And yeah, it's just fun. I love this one. Yeah, it's really good. So no, I'll keep it up in it.
Definitely unbinnable, I think. I will continue to watch this film probably about twice a year when I feel like it. And now Taz brought up the animated bit. I never really thought about that much, but now I want them to do an animated series. I think that would be fucking amazing.
That-
Like Archer.
Oh, yeah, like
Mm.
Archer. But the thing I love about this film as well is like it's one of those films that I like to talk about as well. Like,
Yeah.
some will always have a better favorite bit, and then I like to talk about that. And it's a nice feeling when you come across something like that. So yeah, it's good. It's pretty unique to be honest.
Marcus, keep it a minute.
Unbendable. No question
No?
whatsoever. I literally got 2 minutes into this film and I thought, this is going to be a fucking unbendable. This is going to be an unbendable. And the entire way through, not a single doubt in my mind.
Okay. Taz, keep it a minute.
Of course, unbinnable. As if I put this in the bin. Please.
I'd be very disappointed.
Okay. Now I feel bad if I don't give it unbinnable now.
I'm going to peer pressure you into
peer
giving it
pressure.
unbinnable.
It's a very strong like. It's a very, very, very strong keep. Not an unbinnable for me though, but it's a very strong keep.
Nice.
Fair enough.
That's still
It's wrong,
stronger
but
than
it's
I
fair
thought
enough.
you were going to
Yeah.
go with it. To be honest, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for giving something an unbinnable.
Well,
There you go.
It's rare.
It happens occasionally when
it's
something's
very
good
rare though.
enough.
Many years
It
go
has
by
been.
and he's like, do you know what? We just need something good. He just drops it. He's like, right, I'll wait another 10 years now. Right?
Yeah, I don't have to do much work now. Now I've done that. But yes, we've seen some crap this year. It's what's happened.
I don't know what you mean. We've had a good year, a good film.
But you know, my film of the year is still Godzilla -1 until I see Longlegs next month. Are we going to the cinema together to watch Longlegs? Because it's out on the
Probably
15th.
should.
I think that'd be good.
I only get a handful of trips to the cinema, and I'm doing Deadpool. So
Oh, we are. I'm going to have to do Deadpool as well. I've already promised the mates that we go see that. Marcus, do you want to go
Did
see
you say
Longlegs?
15th, did you say?
Well, that's what it says
Oh.
the UK releases.
I can do that. I am up for this.
Apparently,
yes.
people are like freaking out about how Nicolas Cage looks in this film, like to the point where they're like,
I haven't even seen
It's
any
freaking
trailers
out.
or anything. I think I've seen maybe one teaser that initially came out,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of like trying to avoid it.
"Yeah, do." The trailer though is fucking amazing. I knew it was going to be
I'm
great.
so sold by the actors in it. I love.
Yeah.
I think her name's Micah Monroe or Micah Monroe. She's great.
As soon as I
was gonna say
knew,
now,
like, when I saw the poster and when I saw who was in it, I knew that it was going to be one of those films. Like, I reckon it's going to be a proper cult classic
Mm.
thing. I just can't believe it's not A24 making it because it seems like one of their films, but it's not. But yeah, I
I'm
can't.
just
hate
going to say
it.
now, real quick, that any thing with Nicolas Cage in usually turns me the fuck on. And the second
I
point is,
Don't
I have
think this
no
one will.
clue about this film. Like, I've never seen the trailer. I know nothing other than the
Yeah.
name you've just given me. So I'm sat here thinking, what the fuck is it? It sounds cool. Let's go for it.
Do you want to see the trailer before, or are you going in blind?
Ooh, that's a good point. I could go in blind, like, just take it all over. I could do that. I
The
don't know.
feel I
I'm-
get
I'm
from
just-
it
I'm gonna
is
think
something
about
like
it.
7.
Yeah,
don't know
it
if
does
that's
look like
accurate.
that, yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
it does have that feel.
Surprised or
Who directed that? That was David Lynch, wasn't it?
yeah.
we're all about
It
different
does
things,
feel a
aren't we?
little bit like a David Lynch, sort of the way it's filmed and the sort of the
This is directed
bleakness of
by Anthony Perkins' son, so that'll be interesting.
it.
What's the film about? What do I need to look this? I
It's
should-
an
He's
FBI
like
I
a
could
agent.
serial. Nicolas Cage is like a serial killer, I think,
Yeah.
and I guess Michael Monroe is like FBI or something.
Yeah, she's an FBI agent.
So you say serial killer? Is this one of those things where at the end of it we're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's a serial killer, but we feel bad for him. We can understand it, like that kind of guy.
I
don't
Or
think
you're
we're gonna feel bad.
Sat there like, what the fuck?
I
Like,
don't
what are you
think
doing?
it's
Like
gonna
Willy
go
Wonderland
that
kind of
way.
shit.
But yeah, the trailer really doesn't give anything away. You don't
That's
even
what I like.
actually see what Nicolas Cage looked like in the trailer. You get like profile shots of him.
I mean, I know what he looks like in real life. That's good enough for me. I'll
He
be sat
still
there
looks
like,
like
I know your face. I know it.
Oh my god, we've got another
Didn't-
film.
We do. So my favourite one of the year so far, film-wise, is still Thanksgiving.
Oh, I like Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't
It was
bad.
good.
That and Late Night with the Devil, and then my top 2 movies.
I really didn't like Late Night with the Devil. Felt cheap.
I really like them. Yeah.
Is that because it's subtitled though? Like, do
I
you
was
know
really looking
without?
forward to it as well.
It's not subtitled. Marcus, where are you getting that from?
Wait, is that? Sorry, is that like the devil with the Spanish brothers?
No,
Which one?
that's the one we're doing. No, that one was.
I can't remember what that was called.
Shit, if I remember right.
It's got the one
Do you know
with the
what I
axe
mean?
on the poster.
You know where they go.
Yeah,
to the,
that's
it's
when
like a
evil
preschool.
lurks.
That's
When evil lurks.
Yes. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry, I'm thinking of a
Spanish
different
one,
film. Ignore me.
Yes, no, you are right. We do have another film to go through, and we're taking a while. So, our last pick is Taz's pick. So, from the director of The Bar, which again we had done the podcast before. It's called Day of the Beast. A priest finds, by means of studying the Bible, that the Antichrist is going to be born on Christmas Day in Madrid. Assisted by a heavy metal fan and a host of a TV show on the occult, he will try and summon the devil to find the place of birth to kill the baby. Taz, I'm going to go for you first because it is your pick. What are your thoughts on this movie?
I still like it. It's been so long since I've seen it. And I do generally really like its director. It felt longer than I remembered it feeling last time, but I still got it felt long. I don't know why. But yeah, I am a sucker for like fake psychic characters. I kind of love them. I just like the vibe when they're in movies, like Late Night with the Devil, like we talked about a minute ago. Yeah, I love this director's films generally. I think I preferred like The Last Circus and stuff like that. But I do like the sort of dark humor of all his films, so I like it in this one. I really like the main actor. I think you might recognize him from like Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that, because he's obviously a Spanish actor, but he's done so many films.
That's
You
very
probably recognize
strong.
him. Yeah, so that's probably the one English language film I've seen him in. But yeah, I think he's quite sweet, but also you have to watch him do all these like shitty things in the name of saving the world, and it's just kind of funny. I think the one bit that really got me was when he pushes that human statue over.
Oh yeah,
Like just
yeah. I've got.
There
I've
is some
written
good
5
physical-
stars just for that.
yeah, the physical comedy in this is like occasional, but it is quite good. Like when that woman, the metalhead gets like punched in the face by his mom, like she just goes. Poof. I quite enjoyed those little moments. But yeah, I think the premise of this sounds like the start of a joke. Like it's just kind of absurd. Like a priest and a metalhead and a psychic walk into a bar, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kidnap. They kidnap a psychic, and
Gets his
yeah.
ear blown off.
I've seen comments people saying that this would be good for like an American remake, and I do really agree with that. Like it does feel like something that would. I think it was supposed to get one. Like I think the director signed off the rights and he was going to direct it himself, but I think it just fell through and it never happened. I would actually be interested to kind of see that, especially because it's a sort of 90s film. We could see it like have resurgence and maybe be modernized a bit. But I do really like the sort of religious elements you get in like these sort of Spanish genre films. Like they kind of have this like dark humor to them, and like obviously Catholicism is quite a big thing there. And like I said with my there was another film suggestion I always do in the future, Killing God, and that one also has like religious elements. And I think I really enjoy like the sort of culture differences in like horror films and things that you can get in like other countries. It's just interesting to see like the differences in themes. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part of this.
Cool. Who do I think I hated the most? Niall.
I think Niall's gonna hate it the most.
Well,
Let's do a sandwich. No, what are your thoughts on this one?
I
That
actually,
means you're not the bad one.
I only hated some of it.
Oh,
Start. It's good.
It did start off quite well because there was some like quite nice little subtle dark comedy moments in this film. Like for example, the mime being pushed off was good. The other bit I liked was when he goes into the metal guy's music shop and he's smashing that guy's face against the cabinet and he goes, "Oh, not another glass cabinet." Like, don't smash people on the glass cabinets.
He should have learned that lesson.
Also, there's a bigger question that I can't believe Taz isn't asking, and that is, why are we watching a Christmas film in July?
I don't know. I totally forgot it was a Christmas film, but you're
This is
welcome.
100% a Christmas film. This is like Die
This is
Hard.
like saying Die
I
Hard.
forgot it takes place
Literally-
over Christmas. Yeah.
That was jarring because like I wasn't expecting it because it didn't look like it, and then about 20 minutes in, there's just Christmas carols and shit. You're like, what is going on?
It does come earlier every year.
Yeah. So Merry
That's
Christmas
what she
to
said.
everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Naked Grandpa. Why?
Yeah, I'll
You
never
love it,
forgive you for
really.
this.
Come on.
Right. Everyone needs Old Man Dixon there somewhere, and this
Yeah.
is where you got it.
Okay, there's a bit
Taz clearly
halfway
saw
through
this
the
and
film.
went, "The guys need to see that."
Yep.
Yeah, take your trousers off. keep the dressing gown on, trousers off. Yeah, there's a point about
Some
halfway
LSD.
through the film where it just fucking goes mental. I think that bit, I don't know if this is done on purpose, because now I think about it, it sort of makes sense. When they call the goat in. Now,
Mm.
I can't work out why they did that in the first place, because he was like, oh, I need to stop the world ending, so I'm going to talk to the devil. And I was like, okay. And then he saw the goat, and the guy snarled at him. And that was it. But then they crawled out the window because someone was knocking at the door. And then the fat guy went absolutely butters. He went mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when the psychic fell, which I was like, oh, I'm a bit sad about that because I quite like that character. Although it turns out he's fine. No one in this film really dies. In fact, I still expect the fat guy to still be alive.
Mm.
But yeah, the metalhead, he went mad. But then as soon as the other guy fell, he was fine again. And it never comes up again. He didn't ask. Oh, you know when you went all giggly and tried to kill us all? What was that about? Instead, he just goes, "Oh, let's get a taxi, shall we?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay."
I'm assuming it's the
Okay.
LSD.
Car.
See, yeah, I thought he was some sort of possession, but then it never happens again, and it's never mentioned again.
Well,
Even when
it's
the
because
psychic
when
meets
they,
him,
yeah, but it's when
he's
they
completely fine
go
about it.
to call the devil, they've taken LSD, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, maybe he's high, but
Yeah,
then that
yeah,
still
well-
doesn't explain why he's just all better again. Although,
I don't know.
I don't know. I also don't understand why they think they saved the world, because they found the kid, but also the baddies found the kid and
And shot the
I
baby.
assume they shot the baby. So they're the ones
Technically,
who
the
saved the world.
fascists saved the world.
Yeah. So
Oops.
what? And
But they're
surely
dead now.
at the end they still have homes to go to. Instead, they're sitting in the park just going, "Well, no one knows we saved the planet." And it's like, go home, you weirdos. You've had a bad night. Go to hospital.
The guy's home's a
Um,
crime scene.
Yeah, but I don't think they. If someone's like murdered in well, if someone's like actually no one was murdered in the house, were they? It's because he fell
No.
from the thing. So it's a crime scene because he fell.
It's a crime scene to find out why he fell. Yes.
Yeah, but they don't like if you fell in your house and you went to hospital, the police don't go, "Oh, you can't come back now. You're gonna have to find somewhere else to live." I'm afraid.
No, but he'd go batshit insane and on live TV be like, "Ah, you're all fucking gullible
do that.
shits. Fucking,
Yeah.
I lied. Yeah, money, woo. Fuck
But then
you,
again, lots of
devils coming
don't
here.
have on TV.
Fucker. And then he,
So-
sort of-
I don't know. Anyway, that bit wasn't really clear to me either. And also, I don't get if he's trying to save the world, the priest, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing, right? So why is he stealing from people, pushing people downstairs, taking the cross off the wall, and then after that he's acting all good? I didn't really.
He's
I didn't get that.
he's a disemboweled priest, isn't he? So he's not actually a proper priest.
not
You
anymore.
know? But then
Yeah.
surely you should be on your best behavior because you want to get
Well, no, because he wants to get the
Where
devil,
is-
doesn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, there's bits in this I didn't really understand, and it is very long. It's a lot of reading.
That's what she said.
because it's
Oh,
very
no,
Spanish.
No, he doesn't know how to read.
Well, it wasn't so much that, but the Spanish language is very fast, and you have to try and keep up with it and watch what's happening, and it's almost
Sorry,
impossible.
can I just add here? Are you saying what was hard to read was subtitles?
Yeah, and watch the film. Yeah. What bit
Have
are you not
watched
getting from
any
this?
anime? Have you not watched anime
Yeah,
your entire life?
no, I'm not as trained as you. You can watch subtitles, watch what's going on, and have a wank.
Right, that's called
skill.
multitasking. That's called multitasking, and I would say that skill is very rarely only found in the female genre. However, there are very few males that can inhibit that skill. Multitasking, that is. I'm not one of those. We'll shut off our brains to go to one task. Then we'll go, hang on a minute. I was doing something before. We'll go to the other task. Go, wait.
And at that point, he wakes up out of his little days covered in the spunk, and
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, usually it's covered in hot sauce, and for some reason in the KFC table, I don't understand
the fact
why.
that you pause it and then have a wank. Why did you say that?
But you're not bringing up the fact that it's in the KFC. Like,
What?
everyone's
Why am I naked?
Why are you here? Why?
Look, why am I
What are you
naked?
doing?
Why is there a picture of Monkey D. Luffy on my screen? I don't know.
Apparently,
Anyway.
turning around and going, "Can I have the hot sauce dip?" is the wrong thing to ask, as I've learned from experience.
But you did go, oh,
As you
that granddad, was he? Rewind. Pause.
Yeah, right. To be fair to me, the workers
That's
also
got
thought it was
foreskin
weird
right there.
that he was naked in a KFC.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it
Well,
wasn't like
yeah,
that.
that's my thoughts on this.
Finger
film.
licking good.
Now
Anyway,
I'm disgusted at myself.
Sorry, can I just say,
Marcus, your
Marcus
thoughts
looks
on
like he's in the Blair Witch Project from the lighting right now.
No, kidding.
Go stand in the corner.
Everything is
Marcus.
dark, and there's just like this one harsh light.
Yeah,
Just
stand
go
in the
into
corner
the,
with your
like-
back to us.
How we would do it. All right, no.
I haven't changed my screen.
He's in the Masahasa Dojo house.
What? Why you did that? Have I asked Marcus? Have I asked you what your thoughts on this? Yeah.
You haven't, but do you know what? Sometimes I
Marcus,
don't think you
what-
care what
what-
my thoughts are.
I don't. Marcus, your thoughts on this one?
What film was it? No, it's David. It's fair. do you
Mamma
know
Mia.
Mamma Mia. Whoa, that's a different story.
I'm not a
next
goat
week.
farm.
What the fuck is that?
It's a goat farm.
A goat?
I'm a little bit scared of goats, I'm not gonna lie.
What? Goats are amazing. Oh, they do. have
Because I
weird
went to the
eyes, though.
farm once when I was little and I had really long hair and it tried to eat my hair.
That's fair enough.
Oh,
Do you know? No,
Don't do
I
that.
reckon. I bet you milk those goats. I reckon that's what you enjoy. Every week you go, do you know what?
I'd milk a goat.
that bastard.
What's your
I'm
point?
gonna fucking milk it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Watch me, Gary. Hey, I'm gonna fucking milk the goat, and that's how
Yeah.
it goes. And then
Although,
all of a sudden you're milking a goat, and he's like, "Nah, mate, you didn't. You fucking didn't." You're like, "I'm doing it," and you're like, "Nah."
what is happening?
Apparently,
And
you're
like,
wanking off goats, but there you go.
I
No,
do,
not
but I
like
did
that.
let me finish
Right.
my sentence because what I was going to say was Marcus's mum has a goat onesie. That's all I have to say.
Why is there about 50? Why is there 50 goats? Are these all different mums that you've collected like Infinity Stones over the years? You're like, right, I'll fucking you claw those in. I'm gonna have them.
And the one in the middle is just yours.
Just what? Smoke and mirrors.
Your mum.
No.
It's your
my
mum.
mum's not-
It's your mum and a load of beers.
Sorry,
That's
I
all it
just
is.
like doing
I
the
think-
milking mime.
Do you know? I reckon you'd be terrified of my mum. You do the milking mime.
Okay,
thing. She'd
your
look at you
mum.
Like, what the
we
she'd
both
be like,
met
"What
your
the
mum.
fuck are you do-" Yeah, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You'd be like, "I'm sorry." And you'd be like, she'd be like, "Right, corner now," and you'd be like, "Yes, okay." And you get in the
Ooh.
corner, and she'd be like, "Right,"
Yes, it is.
sit
I'll
there.
go to one of them.
and you get a
A little bit
fucking
right,
think
but
about what you've done.
normally when she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I've got my clothes in a bundle and I'm climbing out the window." And I go, "Oh, nothing. I'll come back to bed."
Yeah, and that's when I look at my no, I'm not going to do that. I had a joke. I'm not going to make this joke. It's a terrible idea. But no, you
I'll
don't
go
do
for it,
that.
please.
No,
I won't cut it out, but
Got it.
That's why I'm not going for it. But no,
So, Marcus,
no, you
your
don't
thoughts
do
on this
that.
film?
My thoughts on this film. Well,
Great.
I,
Okay.
going into this film, I really thought I wasn't going to like it. I'm not a fan of sub films, and yeah, biasly, and I will happily admit this, I'm quite a lazy watcher. I would like something to be in English so I can listen to it. Do you know, I don't even mind dubbed films when it's a film where they don't match the mouth, but it's dubbed, like how Valley of the Dead was for me. It's annoying naturally, but I think, you know what, it's easier. I don't mind that. But when it's a subtitle film, you have to really concentrate on the video part and also on the words to really get the same effect. And for that reason, it had already sat quite low for me. Again, watching
Hang on,
it, I thought, you
I'm
know
going to
what?
stop you just for a second because didn't I just say this and you said, "Oh, you can't read subtitles," and then went on to go, "Oh yeah, the subtitles are really difficult to read."
Well, yeah, it's easy to make fun of someone for it. Like, I'm going to take the piss out of you. Obviously, you can do the same back, which you will do, but I'm going to take the piss out of you for
Nah,
it.
I'm above it.
You're above
take
it?
the high road on this one.
That's right. The way I see it is, I get to take the piss out of you, but you're going to leave me alone. This is a win. This is great.
It's not
Carry
worth
on.
it. It's basically a hate crime at this point. I can't remember.
That's fine. Hate crime. No, don't hate crime what you want. Is that, yeah, that would be. Don't hate crime. Leave me alone. Yeah, no, this is great. Do your little moral dance, and I'll continue to be an absolute twat to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know?
Anyway,
No.
okay.
I've got a new one. I'm going to call you Welsh. I'm
Welsh.
going to call you Welsh from now on,
That's sheep.
and it's because of your
Not
background.
That's
Do
sheep.
you know why?
These are
Why are you
different.
discriminating?
These
Are
got-
they different? And you would
Yeah.
know, wouldn't you? You dirty goat sheep.
These ones are messed up in the
includer.
head, where sheeps are fine.
So they're the cray cray ones. You're like, do
Yeah.
you know what? I'll have a bit of crazy. Go for that tonight.
Yeah.
Whereas sheep, you're like, do you know what? They get me on an emotional level. I can see Mark's like,
I think
right,
we've
I'm
lost Mark, yeah.
gonna be here for a while. Right.
Oh, sorry.
I'll
Have you
keep-
finished yet?
That's
I
what
don't
she
know what's
said.
happening.
No, right. No, I'll keep to you goats. Anyway, this film was indifferent. Again, at the beginning, I thought I
Grand.
wasn't
Okay.
gonna like it.
Right. Yeah.
It was it was a fairly slow start in the sense of the priest guy, the humor. I liked it, but again, there wasn't a lot happening. I liked the metalhead guy who ran the shop. He was fun, but then again, the second half of the film, he almost became a bit too much. He almost worshipped this priest guy. There wasn't really a reasoning behind it. The only thing I can think of is this guy is so deprived of friendship in life that he thought, do you know what, fuck it. It's the one guy who has shown me kindness. I'm gonna stick to this shit. He is my friend for life. That's the only thing I can think of because there's no reason why he would do the things he'd do otherwise. He basically he would show like he wanted to be what's the word? Good and powerful, and then you just go, I don't want to. He had a gun in his hand, and the devil was literally killing his friend. He went, I'm just gonna get the lift. I'm just
Yeah.
no. I know you've done everything for me, and you've quite literally sacrificed your entire life for me, but no. So he gets in the lift, and then later on, he fucking goes to the devil. He's like, nah, I don't want to get killed, mate. And that's what I mean. I describe that word as someone who is a wet lettuce, a literal wet lettuce who will just do anything for themselves. And that's what the priest was. He was funny, but he was really selfish. He really was. He didn't give an absolute toss that the metal guy did everything for him. He didn't really seem to care at all. He was just like, nah, I got to go. I'm going to go for it. I felt like they'd done the lady who was in the what do you call it, the hostel. What was her name? The one who he took the blood off of. Does anyone remember?
Ooh,
Blood off.
I feel like it began with a T. Can't remember.
A T? I don't know, but the point is, the lady in the hostel, the one he took the blood off of, I feel like they really did her bad because he gave her so many sleeping pills. Like, let's be honest, she should have died from that. And somehow she just passed out. But still, like, she was such a strong character. They built her up as like, I'm not going to take any shit. You know, that guy's tried to sleep with me for so long. No, I'm not doing that at all. And then they completely just made her go downhill in the sense of, yeah, I'm just going to drink this tea, even though this priest guy shouted at me, drink your fucking tea. He's like, okay, right. Or coffee, whatever it is. I felt like the end was a bit rushed, but I don't know. I feel like saying that, the second half of the film did kind of redeem the
humor. It was a slow burn, if that makes sense. I could
Did
see
anyone
Mark
else think
sitting there going,
the bit on the
"Not
rooftop
making
where
much
the
sense."
devil shows up in that? Well, you know, what, like the blue, like background and stuff. Did that not remind you of like Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny?
Oh, maybe that's
To
what
be
it
honest, it
was.
almost reminded me of Hellraiser. It almost felt like sort of that sort of second worldly stuff where it
Mm.
kind of isn't what it is. But then again, I thought that was related to the LSD because one tab obviously sets you off, but he put about 6 or 7 tabs in and then drunk the bowl. Like,
Yeah.
this guy was tripping balls and he just did whatever he wanted. Yeah, it did annoy me how the priest was so selfish. He could have done so many things to save his friends and he didn't. Somehow Kohan, the psychic, what is that?
It's Freddy.
What is that?
Nothing. No, nothing. What?
What? That is.
Are they Legos? Oh, they're
Oh,
No, it's a pop
vinyl.
vinyl.
I can't believe you kept the little haunted leprechaun. I thought you would have got rid of it by now.
Oh,
It's from
Not
Taz.
killed you and your family yet. It's good.
Not yet. Not yet. Anyway, sorry. Continue, Marcus.
So, as I was saying, yeah, the guys they kept alive at the end, I really thought that the metal guy was going to be alive.
yeah,
I am
do
quite
feel
sad they
bad
killed
for
him off. Yeah, his death didn't be deserved. Kohan was a bit of a dick, like, especially at the end. He turned around. He's like, "Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm a fake." Anyway, here I am. Yeah, no, he wasn't a nice character. And the fact that, as you mentioned, Niall, that they were sort of left homeless at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it didn't really make sense. It was, I don't know. I didn't like how they wrapped up the story. It didn't really tie into what they tried to build up. I feel like it would have made more sense for the characters to have died off in the end. They fucked up their lives to the point where there was no going back law-wise. They'd made so many mistakes that you can't explain. They would have been put into jail, and yeah, they just sort of made the easy way out of, all right, we're going to hide our identities, we'll be homeless, and we'll move around. I don't know. It didn't sit right with me. In a comedy aspect, it does, but I don't know. It's a very conflicting film. Is it? Do you see what I mean? Or
Yeah.
You've got the goats in the background. It's very off-leading.
I think that's the noise I make.
Black sheep.
I do see 2 little horns growing there.
I've got a question for you.
Go on, then.
Is the goat that they call in the same goat as the goat at the end that was dressed as a bloke dressed as a goat?
No, different skin tone and also completely different shape.
Different goats.
There you go.
There you go. 2 different goats. So I don't know what the implications of there are. Probably some.
Yeah, I will just add quickly that now I've spoken about this film, I did have an answer in the back of my head thinking, you know what I'm going to do with the keep or bin thing. Now I've said it all out loud, I've changed my answer.
Okay. So I'll ask you in a minute then. You all done? Should I continue?
Yeah, I feel like I've proper bitched about this film. Apologies.
It's fine. It's fine. The first half I struggled with. Took a while to get into it. And when it gets to the end, it's the humor starts to come through a bit more. So I like the him rushing around the city trying to find the bits for the bringing forward the devil. It just goes really weirdly batshit crazy near the end. It was long. I don't think it was long. I think it just felt really long. But it took a couple of takes for this one.
It's 1 hour 43 minutes.
But then the bar felt quite long as well. I don't know if it's just because maybe it's Spanish movies. I don't know.
They're coming for one of us.
It's me. I'm sorry.
I knew it.
What you done this time? I think it's well acted. It's very 90s. You can tell with the effects near the end, which were awful. But then, I found the ending didn't make too much sense. But there's a lot of characters here who are good, fun characters. I love the death metal guy. He's funny. A shame he dies at the end, but But no, it's okay. Not one I'll probably go back to, but yeah, it's worth a watch. You're worried.
You fell
Marcus.
asleep at the end there.
Marcus, you okay there?
Hmm?
Okay,
Me?
Marcus, keep it up in it.
The film.
It looks
No,
like he just
your mum,
like dazed
Marcus.
himself.
I'm all trying to decide now because I'm confused. Right. To be honest,
He's
I
watching
think I'd
Attack
been
on
it.
Titan. I know it.
I would have been the film. When I mentioned the priest, I feel like his character is quite weak. They try to make him into one thing at the beginning of a very like, no, do you know what? I'm going to commit evil. I'm going to go down that route with the devil. And then right at the end, it's like, do you know what? Actually, I kind of want to be good. He was too weak-willed as a person, and that's what I mean by his character being a well lettuce. Really, it didn't make sense to me. No, it's a bin. It's too inconsistent.
The wettest of lettuces.
Not the wettest, just he's very moist. A very moist lettuce.
Oh, why did you
They
make
kept
that
the back of the
sound,
fridge too long.
A very weak flower. With kind of half-assed coloured petals. But maybe kind of a bit coloured. I don't know. I'm colourblind. It could be coloured, but they look a bit shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call
Taz,
them-
keep it.
I'm sort of in the middle. I think I'd have it on the edge of the bin,
Okay.
but I might watch it again. You know.
On the side counter, maybe if
Yeah.
it falls in, it wouldn't be a problem. Okay.
Exactly.
No, keep it up in it.
I think I'm gonna bin it. Yeah, I'm gonna bin it. But I think if it was half the length and it was a bit clearer what the fuck was going on, I think it would have been quite a good film. But I think it's just the length of it, and
Yeah,
I
the
think a
pacing
lot of
lets
this
me down a
is
bit.
it's just so padded. I think like you could
Mm.
lose a lot of the stuff. I mean, I really like the psychic guy. I thought that was quite good.
Mm.
You can't kill him. You just can't kill him. And he did look like the guy from Home Alone, bringing it back to Home Alone at the end. It's going in the bin. Soz.
Yeah, in the bin for me. It took too long to get into it. While it has some funny moments, I did struggle with it. So yeah, it's in the bin. Cool. Okie dokie. So
I'm surprised by this.
why?
I don't know. I felt very conflicted about the film. Of it had points that were good, but overall it was quite bad. And the fact that the majority is that it's a bin, I feel kind of safe with my decision. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not just being a
Not the
dick.
other
It
one
is a
out.
bit shit.
Always feel comfortable with your decisions. We've all got our own opinions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially the leprechaun.
It's creepy yet very well made. That's even more creepy. Oh god, it's going worse.
Has Marcus been
Okay.
doing drugs for the last 20 minutes? What's happened?
It's something he's been drinking.
Oh, that's what it is. I think halfway
Yeah.
through, I just saw him do this. He just went, I hate priests.
That's why he went to the bathroom, you see, just to take a line of
that's
coke.
right.
What?
All right. So
I hate lettuces.
I don't like this.
Especially
I like
wet.
lettuce, just don't like wet lettuce.
Yeah, dry lettuce.
So
He's got it.
this is
Oh,
going to be
dry.
July's podcast. So the next episode will be August. So it'll be dead in the middle of the summer season. Now I set you all a task
Uh-oh.
to pick a movie each. Marcus, are you definitely going to be going with this choice?
100% no backsies.
Oh, God.
Stand your ground.
Oh, don't worry.
I am.
September. September. I'm going to ruin all of you. Right. I'm going to pick the worst film in the world. Okay. So Marcus has picked, for fuck's sake, Mamma Mia.
Damn
As
right.
it should.
I hate you.
I love.
If
that
I do
Matt's on
this, I-
like, this is Yes.
If we do this, I do not want to hear about doing bloody Muppets Christmas Carol ever again.
What?
All right?
Why are you taking this
No
out
agreement.
on me? This is bullshit.
There's a majority vote here.
Now, so remember me, Taz, you've gone for
Jaws.
yours.
So y'all can't complain about this one because it's a banger.
It's a good film. It's a good film. And Niall, what are you picking?
I can't remember. What was it?
I don't remember.
Taz
You-
suggested
you
one,
choose
and I was like, yeah, that.
Oh, National Treasure.
Yes.
Yes,
National
so yeah,
Treasure
National
one.
Treasure.
There you go.
Okay, so no horror. Well, we've got one horror film. At least that kind of fits in a little bit. But yes,
Mamma
we got
Mia is a
three.
horror film.
If you
No.
ask Russell, then yeah, because he worked at cinema during that time, and if you mention that film in front of him, you can just see the war flashbacks.
Really?
he goes through it.
Now
Oh,
I want
dear.
to do it.
It's the reason why I can't watch Elf anymore. All right, cool. So that is our summer episode this year. It's going to be Mamma Mia, Jaws, and National Treasure. 2 films I want to watch.
Which
Mamma Mia
two?
being one
And
of them.
National Treasure.
There we go.
No. National Treasure I want to see. So, and I like Jaws. So, Mark's
Jaws
still
is a
the
bit
one now.
overrated.
I've got something controversial to say
Whoa.
that people aren't going to
Whoa.
believe.
Yeah.
I've never seen Jaws all the way through.
Okay.
Oh my
That
god!
doesn't surprise me.
So
I can imagine you drinking the first hour and just
To be fair,
I
it was one of
might-
those films that was always on as a kid, but you would see it
Yeah.
at different points.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we're going to get a mixed reaction. I think it's going to be me and Taz versus the two of you.
I
on
adore
this
it.
one.
I know it's quite a slow film. I'm always in. I'm always a bit mixed with Steven Spielberg sort of early stuff.
Hmm.
Like, it goes
I really
either
like
one
it.
of 2 ways, but we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting
Yeah.
one.
no. We're going to need to make a game plan. We're going to need to gang up on this and really tell them what we feel about the film.
I never do that, so I'm
Oh,
going to bring
right.
my
From
goats
me.
though.
I'm thinking like just no. We'll get a little script where I'll say, and yeah, the film was really, and then you'll come in and be like,
Sharks,
Great.
and I'll be like, yeah, and it was also, and you'll be
great
like,
white shark.
we'll just back off from that. You know, it'll be like finishing each other's sentences.
Sandwiches.
Oh my god, we
Sorry, I
could be
thought we
like
were
a
doing a
proper
thing.
power couple on this. What?
What's happening?
What did you say?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Ah, I love it. I love the reference. That was
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
All
I
right,
feel
cool.
frozen in place.
Cool.
Goats.
Muted. Right.
Oh, bless him.
He looks devastated.
Aw. He looks like someone's just taken the piss out of his blonde moustache.
I
Thank
mean, I
you.
can make it even. I can make it even better. Completely remove him completely.
Aw.
Aw.
Hello, doctors. Oh, hello.
What-
You don't
Why
have
is it
to
a dark?
hassle this off.
Turn the light on, boy.
Do you know what? That is a good song. Turn a light on for me. Who is it by? I'm gonna look this up.
Marcus literally looks like someone who's searching on the dark web right now.
He does. Doesn't he? Do you remember that old "You wouldn't steal a car" advert?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear the music right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't download a house.
Actually, I would if I could.
Oh shit! I just knocked the can over. Hang on. Ah, there it
All right.
is.
What was the one
Now,
from
now,
the IT
now, while
crowd where it was like
You wouldn't download
steal
a house.
You wouldn't steal a policeman's helmet. You wouldn't shit in the helmet. You wouldn't take the helmet back to his grieving wife.
You wouldn't shit on the floor.
Oh, there you go. You look just like it. You look like the FBI agent now.
anyway, so that's been this week's episode.
That was a long one. I think this is probably our longest episode to date.
That is
I
what
think
she said.
We've done a few longer ones, but no, this is one of the longest ones. As always, huge shout out to our sponsor, Bottle Book Club. They're the UK's biggest and best UK horror book box service, bringing the wonders of a haunted bookshop straight to your door each month. So this month's books are this lovely little one, Eyes, Guts, Throat and Bones. It's got that one in the box this time, and we also got Christina Henry's The House That Horror Built.
Tell them
That's
about
this month's
10% off. Do it.
Yes, I will. Shut the fuck up, Marcus. Me. Okay, so you can get 10% off your first box with the code BuddyGoodReads at checkout as well. It's a bottom of book club at cratejoy.com. Again, been a great sponsor to us since the start of the podcast. If you go to the podcast, you go to the website link at the bottom there, and you can get 10% off your first box. Please, Blood Good Reads. I'm paving now, Marcus. There we go. You can also go and support our good friend Hunter Shea by buying his new book, Combustible. It's only £8.65.
I've read it. It's good.
There you go. He has some family stuff. He couldn't turn up today. He couldn't arrive this week, so he will be back again. He took over your role last month, sorry. And he was check out
What
the website.
happened last month? Were we not in?
You all went on holiday.
Oh yeah.
So it was me, Hunter, and Kira last month. So
who's Kira?
One of my new podcasting people.
He's cheating on you now.
You're getting jealous. I can sense it.
I don't like this show.
You got a little hostile. Who's Kira?
And she will be back with Hunter as well this month, actually.
I'm sure
she'll be back with me and Hunter later on this month as well for a extra episode that we're doing. So we'll be doing Guyver. It's a 90s. No, not MacGyver. The Guyver. And possibly another one. We haven't decided which one yet, though. But yeah, if you want to check that out from last month, go and check that episode. We did New Life and The Girl in the Trunk. So it was a good episode. You can also follow us on Twitter at Bloody Good Reads, on Instagram at Bloody Good Reads, and over on Threads at Bloody Good Reads as well. You can also go to the Facebook page where you can find out a load of books and stuff from authors as well. And check out the main podcast, Bloody Good Reads, on a bit of a hiatus at the moment, but we are back with a few more episodes coming up soon. So check them out. They'll be coming up soon. And hopefully we'll be doing some stuff with Bloody Scotland as well, because they'll be doing their book festival coming up next month, I believe. But we'll have some more information on that one as well. As always, a huge thank you for watching the podcast. It's a goodbye from me. Goodbye from Taz.
Bye.
Goodbye from Niall.
It's time to go to bed.
And goodbye from Marcus.
Thank you.
Just do my job. I'm saying toodles.
I've got a little task for you. Oh, for fuck's sake! What have I done? I can sweat myself into the kettle.
Thinks cheese is spicy.
I have printed out some pamphlets.
Joy to the world.
Please stop trying to kill Mother.
It's my wedding day.
Well, let me tell you something, Mother. What is that?
The chances of making it to 0 to none when you're dealing with budgeons and dragons.
My name is Hamburger. I have a gun.